the people that saw the halftime show here, I'm going to call them Caucasians, there, they were basically laughing at us.
Well, the thing about it is that Western nations don't want integration; they want assimilation.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a difference.
That's true.
So the more you're trying to integrate, you're going to be frustrated.
Yep.
They never wanted integration to begin with.
Yep.
So at a certain point, you can't fight a losing battle.
I understand.
You gotta create your own ecosystem, or go where you celebrate it, or work on your own terms. But if you're trying to work on that situation as far as you're integrating and you're not going. The best you can do is assimilate, and by assimilate, then you're going to do whatever they tell you to do.
No, okay. I mean, that's a fair. It's a fair point.
That's the reality.
So again, I think to my point again, when I brought it to the pod back then, I really brought it because just got off meetings, seeing them laughed at us because they don't understand the message specifically here.
And the news outlets here too, the way they were making fun of the whole show.
Right. Yeah.
It was pretty flaky.
So what they
say?
Radio.
They said it was hoodlums.
It was hood,
Yeah.
But that's what that's what he wanted though. That's what he embraced. Because he this is,
that was part of the point.
That was part of the whole thing of look, we bringing the hood to the Super Bowl, and I'm gonna do it under my terms, and I'm gonna do it. And he had an album where he had people with gold teeth, no shirt on, in front of the White House, with a butterfly. That's the symbol. I'm saying, Kendrick, that's the imagery that he's always portrayed is look, I'm gonna bring it to your front door. And if you feel uncomfortable about it, then I'm not gonna hide it, act like it just doesn't exist. This is where I come from. So I think that it was done in an artistic way. It wasn't done in an ignorant way. It could have been done in an ignorant way, as far as if you just got a random rapper up there that's just, just being ignorant.
We don't see that.
That's different from somebody like Kendrick Lamar who's portraying it in an artistic format.
Yeah.
100%.
So, and there's intricacies that being from another country that y'all not gonna understand, which is why it's fair. I understand why people wouldn't understand it, right? Because there's things that happen in America that you wouldn't understand. Right, having Samuel Jackson there as Uncle Sam, right? That might go over their heads. They don't understanding of it,
and they're not trying to understand either.
Exactly.
Most of them are not.
But we got it.
So, and to my point,
how is the Black community here? How do they feel?
Of course,
no, the Black community. You have different levels. You have Tammy, which is
I was wondering what people was about to say.
Every
pointing at me. I see him pointing at me. I'm like,
you see how he does me?
What level's
everybody. Show them your level.
You see?
I don't want you to get dirty. So
it's just that we're not.
I'm unapologetic. That's the difference between me and them.
We're not trying to be accepted, right? You and I, our opinion about the show, we're not trying to be approved, have their approval.
Can I show Exhibit A? I want to show Exhibit A, and I'll okay.
Got some.
So right here, open. Sorry. Okay, volume. Gaby, volume.
Okay,
wait.
but
No, exhibit.
Okay,
we're gonna dive into it, and I'll explain afterwards. Gaby, volume, please.
Oh,
on the remote. So this is something that happened this weekend in Montreal. 15-year-old kid got killed by the police.
I'm gonna hit play.
Okay.
Want to hit play?
Yep. No, wait. Like this.
Is
wait.
that loud?
There it is. Wait. It's gonna be coming. There it is.
Sharif Rezaï est le père de cet adolescent étendu sur le sol qui vient d'être atteint mortellement par au moins une balle tirée par un policier du service de police de l'agglomération de Longueuil. C'est lui qui a eu la lourde tâche d'identifier son enfant.
On est à l'hôpital vers 10h, 10h30. On y voit juste son visage, même pas touché, même pas rien, de loin.
Dimanche après-midi, vers 14h48, la police de Longueuil reçoit un appel au 911 pour un attroupement de personnes, possiblement armées. Dès l'arrivée des policiers, ce sont 18 jeunes qui ont grandi dans ce quartier de Saint-Hubert qui, selon le voisinage, sont mis en joue par des policiers derrière leurs portières. Toujours selon des témoins, Nouran Rezaï, 15 ans, aurait décidé de s'éloigner des policiers.
Ils ont crié « Arrête-toi, arrête-toi ». Puis après, les 2 coups de feu sont partis assez vite. Là.
J'étais dans mon sous-sol, puis j'ai comme entendu comme un pac-pac. On s'est précipité à l'étage, puis on a vu tout de suite, par la fenêtre, il y avait un corps inanimé sur le terrain de mon voisin.
Des manœuvres de réanimation ont été tentées, mais la mort de l'adolescent a été constatée à l'hôpital Charlemagne. Sa famille demande des réponses sur la prise de décision du policier qui a ouvert le feu. Le Bureau des enquêtes indépendantes a repris le dossier.
C'est un jeune de 15 ans.
You get the point?
Qui aucune...
This guy's nationality had nothing. He was about. He was hanging out with the culture. That's what I want to come here.
Do we know that for a fact, though?
Yes. So basically, what happened is they were chilling in the neighborhood, not for the first time. They had bats. They had supposedly ski mask, stuff like that. Kids being kids. It is what it is. Another interview of this, you saw his friend group, Latinos, Black, white, all of them, but all representing quote unquote hip hop by the way they dress, by the way they talk, by whatever. And police comes because somebody calls the police saying, I have hoodlums here in my street where they live. I think they're causing trouble and I think they're armed. Police come, they say, put your hands in the air. One of the kids tried to reach into his bag.
Well,
for whatever reason,
he didn't step away from the group.
Yes, tried to step.
And then if he reached into his bag to show that he had it, but at which point
he got shot and killed. Where I was going with was all down with the message, all down with everything, whatever. But at what point did this police officer might have watched the Super Bowl, and for him, there's no intervention being made with him, and how can I say, like, accelerate the process of all people that dress like this are hoodlums, all like whatever, like they're gonna shoot me, they're gonna do this, you understand what I mean? That's where I wanted to take this thing where I get the message. Of course, I respect the art and whatever, but yeah, go ahead, Tammy.
So hold on a minute. If I understand your point, I don't want to assume, I'm just trying to understand. So you saying that all of this is because Kendrick Lamar did a show. I just want to be sure.
No,
did y'all understand the same thing?
It's
part of it.
The responsibility of every artist, of every platform.
Culture,
okay, hold on. I got something to say. No, wait, hold on, pause, wait.
Even before talking about hip hop, do we apply like the neighborhood, the rate of, the danger rate of that particular neighborhood? Is it known for, gun violence or anything like that?
No.
Is it an area where people would get shot and killed? Like, the first thing I noticed is the neighborhood.
It's a nice neighborhood.
It's one of the cleanest neighborhoods I've around.
I mean, I think it's a nuanced conversation.
Thank you.
Okay, if we're honest about this, racism is something that didn't just start when hip hop started. So any group of people that think of somebody else as subhuman, that's what they think of them. And that's not really going to change. No matter what you do, they still going to look at you as a subhuman. So once again, that goes back to integration versus assimilation. And I think that all of these Western powers have done a very good job of convincing Black people that they have a morality over them, which is interesting because they've actually done the worst to them anyway. Mm-hmm. So you want to assimilate to a Western society because of a variety of different factors, but they've been your enemy from the beginning. So that an enemy doesn't turn into a friend.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They find reasons to validate the things that they do.
But I also will say this. It is important to export positive imagery. Even for us in America, like, we're exporting a lot of negativity. So when you see people doing things and there's Bloods and Crips in London and people is drinking permethazine in the other side of the world, right? Like, that comes from hip hop culture. Mm-hmm. That comes from Black American culture. Mm-hmm. So that's not positive. We don't want to portray negative images that could potentially get you hurt. Mm-hmm. Wearing a ski mask is not an intelligent thing to do if you're not skiing.
Yeah.
Right? So we do have to be mindful. We have to be mindful of the images that we're encouraging For sure, because that's important. But we also have to understand that we're never going to be somebody's favorite who traditionally we've always been the worst liked person to them. Mm-hmm. So we're trying our hardest to be a good person in hopes that one day we will get treated as an equal, and it's not going to happen.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Yeah. Ever.
Yeah, I think if you're going to tie hip hop to it, you'd be remiss to look at the other side of it, right? Like, you have a young kid from Compton who's on the biggest stage of the world, 100%. And he brought his friends with him, 100%. And he had Serena Williams with him, and these people made it out of losing violence. So I agree with Shadi and some of the imagery, but this is bigger than a hip hop issue, right? This is a mindset issue. Yeah. Right? When you go from overseers to officers, and when you think about the implicit bias that a lot of people who are trained with a badge have, that's not surprising. Mm-hmm. Would the outcome be different if there were Caucasian kids? 100%. Perhaps. Yeah. You have black and brown kids. Not to say that the imagery and having ski masks, obviously it's 90 degrees, you got a ski mask on. I'm looking at you like, what you doing, right? But there is training and bias that has taken place, not just in Montreal, but across the entire world. Yeah. The mentality that that person's a threat. I don't care how old they are. If they're black, they're brown, they're a threat. That's an issue, right? Yeah. So bigger than hip hop, mindset and the people who have decisions and make life decisions, how are they being trained? How are they even having counsel to not look at us like that?
But we can't control what we can't control. You can't control somebody's brain. No matter how much counseling, no matter how much training, if somebody is a devout racist or they just look at you as a subhuman, they're not going to change the way. But you can change the way that we treat each other. Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. We can change the way that we're perceived. Like, you know what I mean? That's important. So I think we do have to have some level of accountability here, because even something as simple as dressing, like, they're not the most liked group as far as a lot of things that they do in different parts of the world. But the one thing, like, I will give, like, the Nation of Islam credit for in America is that they present themselves very well.
Very well. Even here, they present themselves very well.
That's important. So when you see somebody with a suit on and a bow tie and you don't feel threatened. Yeah.
Who doesn't?
Even a white person, they're not going to feel threatened. Yeah. Right? And that's the whole reason behind it, right? Like, you're not going to feel threatened in the same way. You might feel intellectually threatened, but you're not going to feel like you're going to have physical harm done on you, right? Mm-hmm. But also, the black person's not going to feel like that. Because keep in mind, like, we are our worst enemies a lot of times. Like, we see somebody and we automatically, like, tense up, cross the street, what's going on, there's problems. Like, so presentation does matter. I think we can't lie to ourselves. Like, how we present ourselves is extremely important. If I see somebody with tattoos on their face, and I'm not necessarily going to go out my way to have a conversation with the person. Yep. I might not run the other way, but
you'll notice that.
It's common sense. So, but that goes back to the imagery, and that's being done on purpose. Like, what's being pushed? Yeah. Right? They're not pushing positive imagery 9 times out of 10. That's what they're gonna push. Yeah. But that's not something that's intelligent as far as to walk around with your pants down. Like, that's actually embarrassing. Yeah. So we do have to take a level of responsibility, because the images that, and even the language that we're portraying, you go everywhere in the world, they calling each other niggas, they doing that because we do that. Mm-hmm.